So what was the first things you guys wrote then? What was the first thing that you wrote?
Well, myself and Aaron already had Piece of My Love. When we went to Teddy, we already had Piece of My Love, Don't Clap Your Hands, Just Dance, and Goodbye Love.
Oh.
So we already had those songs was written. Oh, Teddy put his expertise on it and his production and arrangement on it. But the song was already written and it was already arranged. After that, though, came I Like, Groove Me.
Okay, okay. So we've got loads of people who've been asking about each of the songs. So, if we start, I've got the album, so I'm going to start with the first one with Groove Me. How did that? Did the rhythm come first, or did the song, the lyrics?
No. We have been in the studio all night. I mean, at Teddy's mother's apartment in the projects. Mrs. Riley allowed us to use that whole living room. Wow. God bless her, to record and stuff, and most parents didn't do that.
Yeah.
So we had been recording songs and whatever. So I was home. I was on 120th and Morningside doing what I do. And Teddy called me up and said, and I heard music playing in the background. And he said, Timmy, you got to come over here right now, man. You got to hear this song. And I heard a bunch of kids in the living room. I was like, damn, y'all having a party? He's like, nah, man, it's this new track I got. It's this new track. So he said, Tim, come over now. So that's how close we were. We literally 5 blocks away.
Yeah. And
2 avenues over. So I went over there. And when I walked in the project, it was like a party. That's when you heard all of that came from the kids. And Teddy played they just had the music. That's it, just the track. But the track was so dope, so funky. I was like, damn. I said, give me a pad and a pen. Right away, I was asking him, give me a pad and a pen. And that song was written literally in 20, 30 minutes.
Okay, so you just heard the music and you're writing when I get...
Yeah, once I heard the track, I always do this. I close my eyes, I say a prayer. Once I heard the track, it was like then the ink pen took on a life of its own.
Wow.
Whatever that instrument and music said to me, and wherever it led me, that's what I wrote about.
And so, as you wrote it, were you singing it, or was Aaron around to join in?
Aaron was there. Aaron was there, and we would feed off each other. But my specific role in the group was the lyricist.
Okay.
So once I wrote it down, and everybody heads was nodding, because I would make Teddy. People was getting upset because I would make Teddy stop, play it again, stop, play it again, because I'm writing.
Yeah.
So stop, play it again. But in 20, 30 minutes, the song was written. Then Aaron was already there, and Aaron is Aaron is so quick. It's like it was like God sent, because we would feed off each other.
Wow. And
I showed Aaron the lyrics once. He kept singing it down, went into the bathroom, put the towel under the door. Teddy already had the microphone and the mic buffer already set up, and we started recording it.
What? Just that night?
Just that night, same night.
My goodness. But, well, okay. Teddy's Jam, were you involved with that one?
Yes, the bass line.
Okay.
Yeah, the bass line, because Teddy, Aaron and I, well, not even I, because I knew I wasn't the lead singer, but I was a better singer than Teddy.
Okay.
My job was we can't compete against Aaron, but we in the group. So all of us have to have different styles.
Yeah.
So I knew that immediately. I knew that's the direction I wanted the group to go. So Teddy needed an instrumental, and I convinced Teddy. Teddy did not want to sing. Teddy did not want to get on the microphone. That's how insecure he was about his vocal. Yeah. But what I told Teddy, listen to Cameo, listen to Larry Blackman, listen to Roger Troutman, Zap, listen. We make this new. Take the old and make it new. That was our whole concept. Take the old and make it new.
Wow.
And so Teddy did that with Spend the Night, and Teddy had the instrumental
Oh no, we just want to start with that. We'll go down because Now, but it's interesting you've cleared that up because in the report you get, it says that Aaron convinced Teddy that you need a jam.
No.
Yeah.
Hell no. Aaron was worrying about Aaron. It was my concept.
Yeah.
It was my concept. Even if they was on this Zoom, I would tell them. It was my concept. Yeah. It was my vision. God gave it to me.
Yeah.
Jesus gave it to me. It was my style. That's how I dress. It was my songs.
Yeah.
Everything. But we collectively came together to make God.
Yeah.
But even when I came to them and said, this is the name of the group, they laughed because back then it was like, how can a group be called one guy?
Okay.
How can they laugh? I got laughs from everybody, even people that was close to me. When I told them, yo, the name of the group is God, they were like, how can a group be called one person? Back then. And that's how it was.
Wow.
How can a group be called one person? Yeah, and so that's how that happened.
What about Don't Clap?
Now, Aaron didn't convince Teddy to sing. No, that never was like that. Aaron supported Teddy and said, yo, you can do it. Almost like a cheerleader. Once I told Teddy, Aaron would say, yeah, man, you could do it. Just believe. One thing Aaron is good at is coaching. He's a great coach. But I told Teddy, yo, you have to, it's not just going to be the Aaron show. We're a group.
Yeah.
So we had to convince. Now, Aaron did go in the booth with Teddy and stand outside the booth and guided Teddy on every note. Because when Teddy sung Spend the Night, literally it was line by line, almost like when you seen the movie Ice Cube and GOC helping Eazy-E.
Yeah.
Line by line, even though Eazy-E wasn't a rapper.
Yeah.
But he had that tone, so it was like line by line. That's how Teddy was.
Wow.
Teddy didn't come out singing. Now, once Teddy got confidence, it's just like Eazy-E. He wanted to sing everything.
Okay.
But that wasn't Teddy's position at all.
Okay.
No,
it's good that you cleared it up because I said when you're trying to get information, it's Wikipedia and internet would have all this stuff. So it was good that you cleared it up. Don't Clap, Just Dance. Right. Don't Clap, Just Dance. What about, because you know the worst thing about the album is that it doesn't give any credits. It doesn't tell us who did what.
Oh, it was a reason for that.
Yeah,
because they tried to get my name off the record. They tried to get my picture off. They tried to do a lot of things that, at the time, Gerald Bugby and Lil Silas, who ran MCA Records, was like, no.
Yeah, you know. Yeah,
it's not happening.
Don't Clap.
And Teddy, you still hear these stories. Even though I love these guys, you still hear these different narratives.
Yeah. No, that's why I said.
You still hear.
Yeah, I mean that's why I said. That's why.
And the only reason I got on social media is because my family, close friends and stuff said, you got to say something, Tim. You've been quiet too long, and these people still basically lying, telling stories like they have amnesia. No, That's the reason why I said, let me at least try to clarify this. Let me clear some things up.
Yeah. As I said, the New Jack Swing fans, we're searching for information, and it's good that we're getting, the gospel. We get 4 different accounts, and it's good you get a holistic idea of what happened. And so certain things get missed out in Matthew that you see in Luke and you see in John. So it's good that we're getting the full picture because we know and knew about.
I don't want to compare the group.
No.
Compare the group to the disciples of the Bible. But you're right in the sense that when you hear one person tell their story, and even Aaron saying at some point Aaron said he put the group together, and him and his brother. Then Teddy said he met the Hall brothers. Then Teddy said, I don't know. It's so many that I left the group. I got mad because I was singing "You Can Call Me Crazy," so I came. Gene bought me out the vocal booth.
Yeah.
And they never seen me ever since. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Back then, if the album wasn't finished, you didn't even take photos.
Wow.
It's like that's how it was back then. You didn't take photos and stuff before the record. The record companies had to have that in the can before they give you another budget. Okay, go do your photos.
Yeah.
Okay, go do your videos.
Yeah.
It ain't the other way around. So all of that was lies.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, that's one of the things that we've been searching for because we haven't really heard your side, and which is really powerful. Don't clap, just dance.
Well, Teddy wasn't a big club goer, but Aaron and I used to frequent the clubs all the time. Bentley's, Red Parrot, Palladium. We was out. We was going out because not just to have fun and party, but we was going out to research what everybody, because even though we were young and we had certain instincts and picked up on certain things that we was doing at the time, we still wanted to know what made everybody dance, what made everybody go, oh, oh. You know, we wanted that attention. So we went out, did research, party, came back, wrote. So Don't Clap Your Hands, Just Dance came from that. Like I wrote that literally probably 10, 15 minutes. It was just about going out, seeing a girl, you know, even though everybody partying, back then, that's when people used to dance. They don't dance now. They post up on the wall, rub on your ass, or whatever they do. You know, don't step on my shoes, I'll shoot you type shit. So, but back then, it was dance. We danced. And every now and then, you would dance, but you saw this fine girl who probably went out with her sisters or whatever, or her friends, and she was the one that's turning everybody down. Like, no, I'm good. No, I'm okay. No matter whether the hit song come on or whatever, she was chilling. So that's what I wrote about.
Wow. So did you have, when you were writing, was it that you could just visualize something and just put it down? Was it, I mean,
exactly. That was it. Hey fellas, there's a girl that's on the wall, stands slim and tall. I think that's all she wants to do. Oh, I see a move or two, sneaking out her attitude. Girl, make up your mind. So it was like, if you don't want to groove, but I added that word groove, even though, because I grew up on that old groove thing, but I wanted to bring it back. If you don't want to groove, that is fine. Oh, you know, and once I wrote those lyrics down, Aaron took it on from there and gave it life.
My goodness. Were you surprised to how easy it was coming for you to be able to just write stuff down like that, or did it just become?
Yes, I was very, very, very surprised. The first time that I wrote lyrics, it was like, because we used to, when I picked up bass, because again, Teddy and I grew up with these older bands, so once they moved on, and Teddy said, you got to learn how to play bass, so we stuck. So that's the instrument I picked up. But then we got into another band, and we used to do covering songs, but we got tired of that. So the first one that started to write, even though it was a corny song, I wrote a song called We're Rockin'. And so I knew then, it was like, and I was surprised because I was like, Jesus, how can I write? I almost like had an out-of-body experience because I attempted to have a piece of paper and a pencil. Yeah. But in minutes, I wrote a song. Even though it still had to mature, it still had to develop. It was easy for me to just write. Wow. Yeah, I mean, so, I was surprised myself.
I always remember Paul McCartney talking about how he came down, saw his wife, and wrote, yesterday just came in his head, and he just wrote it down. And I think at that moment, I realized that people like yourselves who can just write effortlessly, like
it's a gift. It's a gift
that I can't just try and do it and go to writing school. That it has to be a gift.
It's a gift. You don't overthink. It just comes. Yeah. It just comes. I've tried to overthink and write some more, and it never works. But when a song comes to you and a bass line or piano play, I can never tell you that it took me 2 or 3 days to write a song. Wow. I could sit there. Now, the most it probably took me was 40 minutes because I was going back and forth, say, okay, I want this line to sound mature, but the song is already written.
Wow. I appreciate that. Now, the first track that we have on the album that you sang was You Can Call Me Crazy. Now, we heard different stories about that, Mr. Albie Show and stuff, but what happened with that particular track? The writing?
Well, that track, again, I got so pissed where I had to call I think it was one day last year. I saw Teddy and Andre Harrell. God rest in peace, Andre. Yeah. But I saw them on a forum. talking. And I heard Teddy also just last month having an interview. And he said how Timmy was supposed to sing the song. He was singing the song, but Timmy got mad at Gene and left out the studio. And then Gene said, yo, just put old boy on it. And Teddy said, who are you talking about? Timmy's not here to finish the song. And he said, you know who I'm talking about. And it was Al. That was a farce. That was a fucking farce. That never happened. What the real story is, Teddy and I produced I'll Be Sure.
Oh.
When Andre wanted to sign Guy, rest in peace, Andre. Teddy and I did If I'm Not Your Lover for Al, and we did You Can Call Me Crazy. If you look at the credits, you'll see written by Timmy Gatling and Teddy Riley. Produced by Timmy Gatling and Teddy Riley. If I'm Not Your Lover with Slick Rick. We also did You Can Call Me Crazy. But we were working on Guy simultaneously because Andre Harrell gave us a big ass deal. So we were going back and forth. But Teddy was already known as a hot producer. So Teddy stopped everything just to finish up Guy, to work on Guy, because he was still getting demands to do hip hop. But it's like, what the little money he was getting for that, because Teddy wasn't getting no big money for Heavy D in the beginning at all. He getting a couple $1,000, even for Keith Sweat. I doubt if he made 20 grand for that whole first album. But with Guy, Andre gave us a deal for $500,000, so that became the priority, a legitimate priority. So he asked us to write for I'll Be Sure. So we wrote If I'm Not Your Lover, You Call Me Crazy. But when Gene came into the picture and we were writing songs for the Guy record, Gene said that song is too good. We taking it back. Okay. We're taking it back. Timmy, you gonna sing the song. Because it's your song anyway. It was my song. I gave it to Al and said, okay, I can write others. So that's why Al vocals was on the song. But if you listen to the record, I'll sing the first verse. And then if you listen, I'm singing all of the second verse.
Oh.
Okay. So it makes sense. If why would I be singing the second verse to a song if I left the song and gave it to Al? Why would he be singing the first verse?
Yeah. What was how did Al take it that you're taking back a song that he'd already started working on? Was he upset?
Me and Al is very close. Me and Al, we don't see each other every day, don't talk every day, but Al just sent me a text 2-3 days ago. And me and Al is dope, and he knows you too. Yeah, he knows you. He knows about you too because he commented on the halftime chat.
Okay.
Or the flyers and the videos you kept sending out. So me and Al are still cool, but he understood. Al has always been a charming business type person. He understood. He didn't like it.
Yeah. But
he understood. And at the time, we was the only one that was on Uptown at the time was Heavy D, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Guy.
Okay.
So we was the newcomers, the first band. He had the Uptown Girls or whatever.
Yeah.
But we were the first self-contained, even though Al and Kyle West they were the first self-contained. I take that back. Al and Kyle West and Heavy D, they wrote their stuff, but it was still, they had help. Guy was the first coming into this. First, let's take it over. First self-contained, executive produce our own record, everything.
Wow.
So we was the first ones to do that on Uptown.
Now,
but yeah, You Can Call Me Crazy was a song that we wrote for Al. And then Gene said, take it back. And that's why it's on the Guy album.
Wow. Now, when he said that, how did you guys not think, well, no, I could write another one? Or did you think, yeah, it's a hot record, yeah, we should take it back? You personally, how did you take it when Gene was saying?
I told him, like, why are we doing that? If we giving somebody something and they paid us for, why are we gonna do that? It was like, why? It was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. It's like, especially we had so many other songs in the can. Me and Teddy was writing and having songs done every day. Me, Teddy, and Aaron. So it's like, okay, what? But it was a power move, that I didn't necessarily like. Some power moves are called for, but this was unnecessary to me. It was like, that don't make sense.
Yeah. One of my favorites is Piece of My Love. And I remember seeing some other songwriters comment on it recently about, you can have all of me, but I'm not totally free. I mean, how did you?
You can't have.
Yeah. How did you come up with?
Totally free.
Yeah. How did you just think about what was going through your mind?
Well, Aaron and I, this is like in the beginning when Aaron first started coming to my house and stuff. We were young. We knew out the gate that it wasn't about one person. Even though at the time I had a girlfriend, but we knew that it wasn't about one person. Right now I'm focused on my dreams. And so we were still going out partying, talking to whoever we wanted to talk to, connect. You know how young guys do. So when we came back to write, I remember I had a Casio keyboard and Aaron started playing chords on the Casio. Aaron could literally play chords just like Teddy. Wow. Probably better when it come to church. But Aaron started playing chords. And immediately, when he played the chord, I said, stop. And then, boom, 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 boom. Because I picked up my bass. Mm-hmm. Boom, boom. And you can have all of me. Because I'm not totally free. I can't tell you everything that's going on. Da, 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 da. So when we did that and wrote it, we finished the song in literally 10, 15 minutes again. So that's one of the songs we had before we even took to Teddy.
Wow. Oh, goodness. Did you, and you thought Aaron would be the one to sing it, not yourself?
Yes, because I've always wrote songs, even though I did the lyrics and wrote the lyrics down and arranged it and everything, I always kept in mind who, I don't know if most songwriters do this, I imagine so, but I've always kept in mind who this song would sound dope for. And Aaron was right in my face. And I wanted the song to be like a new Gap band, like a fresh out the box new Gap band. Aaron had that vocal. And once Aaron started singing along with me, that's your song. Now this is your song.
Wow. My goodness.
And that's how it was. Same way with Teddy. And Spend the Night. We can spend the night tonight. I was like, okay, once we write this, Teddy, you're going to have to deliver. And Teddy was nervous. Oh, my God, he was so scared to hear his voice for the first time over a microphone.
The question a lot of people had was that it sounded like Aaron was in a cupboard, in a sense, with Piece of My Love. When you hear the recording stuff, it seems faint in some ways, not as clear as the rest. What would happen in that recording process?
We was recording songs in Teddy's bathroom.
Okay, that's what I heard. Okay.
We were recording songs in Teddy's bathroom. So when we went to dump over the songs to the 48 track, the energy that he had, you know what I mean by dump songs? Like we took it from a 8 track, because Teddy had an 8 track, and basically saved the hard drive. And when we went to a bigger studio, we just dumped it over to the 48 tracks.
Okay.
Well, even a lot of Aaron lyrics, he had better energy in Teddy's bathroom than he did in the studio.
Oh, okay.
So we kept some of the lyrics from the bathroom.
Okay.
And so that's how we mix it. So that's why it may sound like faint and whatever.
Yeah.
But it still worked. It worked.
Yeah, it does. I've always wondered about why that particular track. I like. What was going on? What was happening when you wrote that?
Again, it was about women. It was about girls, young girls. It was about going out or whatever. And it was almost like a fantasy to me. Because you know how you meet someone, you go home, you think that may be the one, and you dream about it the next night. So I was always, I was like, and it was writing about my experience. My dreams are now reality. Each and every time you are here with me, the touch you give me with your hands, when you caress my skin, I'm under your command. Girl, you hypnotize me with your eyes. It took me some time, but now I realize it's you to whom which I belong. I love it. Feelings getting strong. I like. And that's how that went.
Yeah, you make it seem as if it was so easy and straightforward. I mean, it's a very powerful track.
Yeah, I know it's not easy, but it came easy to me.
My goodness.
Praise God.
Yeah.
It came easy to me. And that's another song that I thought I was going to sing that song.
Oh.
I'm glad I didn't. That's why you hear me talking at the beginning of it. I'm talking at the beginning of it like, girl, words can express the way I feel for you. The way you hold me, the way you touch me, everything you do to me, I like it. Don't stop now. So I thought but once Aaron got on it, he knocked me out the box. He was like, It was a wrap. Yeah.
So you'd hear him sing and you'd say, yeah, you go ahead. It wasn't like a group decision or something.
It wasn't no competition. It was like whoever sung it best, whoever did it best, whoever that song fit, okay. It was like we wanted to do what was best at that particular time. We wanted to do what was best for the group. How this group was going to get on.
Wow. And then
all power.
We got number 7, Round and Round, Merry-Go-Round of Love.
I had nothing to do with it. Nothing.
Okay.
That's during the end of the record. Gene Griffin wanted a song, just like the Gap Band. At the time, him and Teddy was starting to do, to me, it was starting to be like a little one-sided. I saw and witnessed Gene and Teddy start to branch off a little bit after Teddy and I was so close for so long. I saw the manipulation coming in even then because I wasn't even around. And then they said, yo, come, what you think of this song, Tim? And by then he had the song, the lyrics, everything without me. That was the first song that they really did without me. Like they was trying to show me that I wasn't the only one that could write, which is okay.
Who wrote it?
Teddy and Aaron.
Oh.
Teddy and Aaron. I had nothing. But once again, when you break that formula, it's dangerous because if you recall, hold on just 1 minute, please. If you recall, that was the second single.
Yeah.
And it didn't do nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't.
Yeah. I get it, but and I'm not bashing on them or whatever, because it was a group collective. But that was the song that it just didn't fit for us. Period. Because it wasn't done out of sincerity. It wasn't done to me. It wasn't done out of a genuine type of play. It was done to basically look what we can do too. And Gene also co-wrote the song. So he pushed his song.
Oh, okay.
Our manager wanted to be a writer. So he pushed this and even pushed it as a second single.
Wow.
But it was like Gerald Busby and them knew off the back. Nope. Nope. Andre Harrell knew it too. Nope. But they put it out there to appease him.
Because he had a really hot group, so it was important to try and be supportive, I guess.
Groupie did so well, even though it took Groupie a while to get up. Groupie was on the charts forever.
Yeah.
So Groupie did so well, so they just thinking, okay, whatever they say, put it out. But I wasn't for it at all. Yeah. I didn't like it. It wasn't us.
And another powerful one is Spend the Night. This was the one that you said that they had to close. Why did you want him to sing it instead of yourself or Aaron?
Because even though Aaron was the lead singer, each person in the group we wanted to have at least 1 or 2 songs,
Okay.
even though we wasn't lead. So we wanted to spread the bag. So even though Aaron was known as the lead singer, I had 2 songs. You can call me crazy in my business.
Yeah.
Teddy had 2 songs, Spend the Night and Teddy's Jam. So that's how we did it.
But back in those days, I mean, from the Gap Band to Earth, Wind & Fire, you really didn't have, you had the lead singer. So, but whose idea, was it part of your vision to make sure that everyone feels?
Yes, definitely. Out the gate. It was my vision that God gave me to make sure that at least, even though people may know, because Aaron killed him. When they heard Aaron's voice, everybody thought it was the Gap Band. Yeah. They thought it was a new Gap Band record, everybody. So we knew Aaron was dangerous in that. But we still had 2 separate, different personalities. It was 3 different personalities. Each of us had different styles, and it was something that came together real quick. It's just that people started to believe that they were the king instead of all 3 of us being the king. Because if you had Aaron, Timmy, and Teddy, it was still, the group was so talented that with no help of the record companies or whatever, we still had individual success, all 3 of us.
Yeah.
So that's how talented the group was.
Yeah.
But, once one person started thinking, I'm running the group, and which was that, and I don't want a bag or just not a Teddy bag or Aaron bag. It's just that I didn't like Merry Go Round of Love because it was a Gene Griffin doing that said, okay, let's put this song out because even though his name is on all of the records, Gene Griffin didn't write. Gene Griffin was a manager. He was a gangster. I respect him as teaching us how to dress, how to style. He taught us what not to do in business, but it was a conflict of interest. It was too many. His hands was in too many, and I wasn't having it.
Yeah.
I wasn't having it. No.
Well, I wanted to get to that, but Goodbye Love really sampled quite a lot by, I think, Mariah. It's been used quite a...
No.
She used Piece of My Love, sorry. But Goodbye Love...
Piece of My Love was sampled a lot. Piece of My Love is the most sampled out of the Guy record, but Goodbye Love they sampled too, and I like. But Goodbye Love came from basically when we first started to hit. I wrote a song about my girlfriend at the time that we had to start going on promo tours.
And
we would get ready to go. They had already set it up, so we was going on promo tours and we was doing other things. So that song was Goodbye Love.
So was it that you wrote the lyrics with your bass, and then did you get anyone?
That I didn't use my bass. That I started to play around and fiddle around with the keyboards a little bit. Matter of fact, that came from the keyboard, the bass line. I learned how to play bass line on the keyboards on the lower keys, and then I started saying, okay, and I picked up 1 or 2 chords. But once again, Aaron taught me. Aaron was like, Aaron wrote out a chart for me to teach me how to play keyboards.
Wow.
Yeah, Aaron wrote out that chart. Aaron Hall wrote a chart to teach me, and once I picked it up, that's how close we were. Once I picked it up, it was like I would go to my bass, then come back to the piano, make sure the keys were correct and everything, and the chords. And Goodbye Love. That was a song I wrote that we were getting ready to go. So it was like, well, I'm not married yet or whatever. Goodbye Love.
Who is a female in the background?
Tammy Lucas.
So you guys have known her for that long, wow.
Yes, Tammy Lucas.
My goodness.
Lucas.
I mean, most of us know her from singing backgrounds for a lot of other stuff, but we didn't realize she'd gone, because, she, nothing in here, so, yeah.
I don't understand. It's like, okay, you have all the success that you could possibly have 32 years later. Why are you not? We didn't create New Jack Swing, and we didn't do this by ourselves. First of all, it was God, and it was so many other entities and people that supported us and helped us and sung with us along the way. Why not give them light? I never understood it. That's why I stayed quiet for so long, because I didn't want to come across as the disgruntled person that got kicked out the group and whatever. I had success on my own. God bless me. I was able to own my own publishing, so I'm good with it. Yeah. But it was just that this same narrative kept going on, and every time you heard the story, it was a total different story. Yeah. I'm like, okay, stop. Enough is enough.
Yeah. What about My Business? Because this was the one that you sang. But what was going through your mind when you wrote it?
Well, You Can Call Me Crazy and My Business. At that time, that was the last two songs that made the record, because I was so focused on making sure everybody else had their songs. And then when I saw my best friend at the time, Teddy, that I protected and loved and cared for, start to be manipulated, and he started to lean more towards Gene Griffin. And then I wanted to get married on You. I got engaged on You Can Call Me Crazy, and everybody was thinking I was stupid, I was crazy. Wow. You gonna mess up the group. So that's why I wrote You Can Call Me Crazy. My business is stay the hell out of my business. Business is literally stay the hell out of my business. I'm tired of people always asking.
Did they know?
Yes, I knew. It was. Did they
know what the meanings behind the songs were?
Yes, I always wrote from my heart. We wrote about clubs when we was having good times and fun, I wrote about that. If we wrote about being with a certain significant other and now we gotta go, we wrote about that. If we wrote about Teddy and what he was going through and whatever, I wrote Spend the Night. When he liked this little young girl, I wrote about that.
Wow.
If we wrote about, if Teddy needed a song and he needed to just dance and create it, we wrote about that. I had nothing to do with Merry-Go-Round of Love. I had nothing to do with that, but other songs that have everything to do with it. So of course they knew. My business listened to the lyrics. I'm tired of people always asking me what's happening, what's going on, trying to get into my head. Why don't they leave me alone? I want to say, why don't they leave me the alone? That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't.
Some of the questions that people ask is, were there other songs from that album that didn't make the album that you guys wrote and created?
Yeah, plenty of songs. I mean, we had a lot, like My Prerogative.
What?
We had songs that the group Today did, Him or Me. Me and Teddy wrote songs that he gave the boy George, Don't Take My Mind on a Trip. Yeah. We had these songs Teddy and I did together. And it was passed out to their own needs after I left.
Okay, so you hadn't recorded, so there wasn't one that the three of you recorded but then didn't make the album cut. It was just that these were the 10 that you recorded as a group.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
And somewhere in between
us, or even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No, okay.
They understand what those boys do in all spirits.
Play it.
These guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all different genres.